Recorded Books Incorporated presents an unabridged recording of Caravan by Dorothy Gilman, narrated by Rosalind Alexander. This work, copyrighted 1992 by Dorothy Gilman Butters, is recorded by arrangement with the Howard Moorheim Agency. This recording is copyrighted 1992 by Recorded Books Incorporated. Lady Teal has lived a long and distinguished life, and yet it has been a life filled with secrets. She has tried to live by the words she found as a young girl in the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam. Good friends, beware. The only life we know flies from us like an arrow from the bow. The caravan of life is moving by. Quick, to your places in the passing show. And now, Caravan.
Book 1. Chapter 1. It was Mum who kept trying to make a lady of me through all my growing-up years. But it was Grams who taught me her magic tricks and how to be a pickpocket. And of the two of them, I have to say that Graham's lessons certainly proved the more valuable to me in my life. "Head up," Mum would say. "Shoulders back, Caressa. Never say ain't. Watch your manners. Be a lady and learn to roll with the punches." Grams, bless her, would only laugh and say, "Waste. All waste." Much to my amusement, I have at last become a lady, quite elegant and proper in these later years, and if I take up my pen to write of the strange events in my past, I do this because they've been kept secret for too long. I indulge myself. The time has come to place on paper who and what I have truly been, and what I have seen, and to record all that happened to me during those years when I was young and counted dead by the world, my bones assumed to be whitening under the desert sun with all the others who were murdered. To speak of those years becomes important, too, because of the stranger who came to my door this morning, asking to see Lady Teal about a certain Antika Nahet, with a green stone in it, that came from a queen's tomb in the Sahara. What memories that brings back! I'm sure Bertram thought him mad. Bertram is a very proper butler. But he carried the message to me faithfully. The stranger was being discreet, of course, for Antika Nahet means in Arabic a sculpture, very ancient, and it was only decades later that I discovered the green stone to be an emerald of much value. He was speaking of the tomb of Queen Tin Hinan, officially found southwest of the Hagar Mountains in 1925 by Regasa and de Prorac. But how the man had learned of the existence of the little stone figure that I took from the tomb, or for that matter of my own existence, I don't know, for I've had many names, and it happened so long ago, when this century was not many years old. I did not see the man. I told Bertram to say I was indisposed. An interesting word. Still, I've lived a longer life than most, and if I should die next week, the prehistoric carving ought to be returned to the country it came from, and Deborah should know why. A pity I'll not be able to see her face when she reads what I write now. Only 2 people know of my past, and both of them are dead. But Deborah always assumed her father was the man I married. It will be one of those shocks that have to be endured when truth is laid out as bare as the naked lady at Mr. Lasky's. As for Mum, if she happens to be looking over my shoulder from that heaven she always believed in, I'd like her to know that I really learned to roll with the punches, a few too many, I might add, and became a lady after all, with a capital L at that. "Lordy," she'd say, "but just listen to me, slipping back into how we talked in Oklahoma when this is 1980. and I long ago learned to speak what Linton called impeccable English, and have known my share of prime ministers and ambassadors, a dull lot usually. But how easily the mind slips into the past at my age. I don't tell my age now, and I don't look into mirrors either. Beauty is beauty, and I had it in abundance. But whether it was a curse or a blessing is not for me to say. Grams told me it was my fate, and look at the lines in the palms of her hands. But Mum's lips would only tighten, and she refused to look, saying stubbornly, "She'll do fine if she's ladylike and learns to roll with the punches." When I was young, I told people
to keep listening to this audiobook. I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.